Good afternoon, it is afternoon to everyone at Home of Performance, and welcome to our first podcast. This is an internal podcast. Hopefully we'll roll this out and invite people from our clients and do some thought leadership as well. But today for our first one, I thought I'd interview our CEO, John, and we are going to talk today about the new employee benefits that we have rolled out a couple of weeks ago now, which is really exciting. We hope you use it. And with that, let's kick off. And John, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. The first podcast, the first of many.
Numero uno.
Yes, I think this is the start of something big. And a great topic to start off with.
Yes, the employee benefits. So before we get into some of the specific ones, I just wanted to maybe just some background on why did you want us to install these new benefits and give a bit of introduction to the employees about the thought behind them.
So yeah, it's a good question. So I think it was a mix of both feedback we were getting from the teammates on the improvements they wanted to see, and also like part of an overall strategy to grow the business, retain talent and attract talent. So a mix of listening, keeping the ears close to the ground, as well as common sense in terms of what needs to be done in order to be competitive as an employer in a very competitive market.
Yeah, because I think we used to get some, we've had some feedback from on the exit interviews, which people then are honest, and would you give us some feedback of what you've seen?
Yeah, so I think what we do is when people leave the business to something else, we have an exit interview with them to get feedback, and a few elements came up where they felt there was rooms of improvement, which now is formulated into benefits. I think we'll cover those later.
Which is great. It is good to see that we actually listen to the feedback. This is both from internal, and you don't have to leave to have that feedback. And we do take it on and make action to what makes sense for the business. So how does this align with the business strategy overall? So one thing is, yes, we want to give our employees benefits, but it actually does align with what we want to achieve as a business.
Yeah, I mean, we're very ambitious in terms of how much we want to grow and how fast we want to grow. And it's like everything. We need to invest to reap the benefits. And we're in a people-centric business, right? We the HR, the resources in our business is the people we employ. So taking care of them, making them grow and exceed whatever expectations we have it's very vital in order for us to be successful in our growth strategy. So I think they go hand in hand, like taking care of your team so they can take care of business.
Yep.
Makes sense for me.
Great. So when we take care of our people, we're talking now both physical and mental, and that's how we structured these benefits. And let's start with the mental in terms of the education benefit that you've rolled out. So why don't you give a bit of description of your thoughts on why we've done that and a bit of background around it?
Yeah, so that was we were saying before that we got feedback on these exit interviews. One of the things that came up more than once was a room for improvement for Hop is to have more training, more development, and I think that's a common mistake. That you're coming for growing small startup businesses, you haven't had the time or room or budget for it. So that's one of the first things we have implemented now in the new benefit package, where we will co-pay the majority of the cost for courses or training. It needs to be associated with our business, and basically we will cover 60% of the cost and allow people to do that during working hours. So you can do it 2 hours per week. You can use we'll pay you to do it. We'll cover majority of the cost. Why is it important? If people don't develop, and I guess they will not be able to take as good care of our customers as we would like them to do. And we want to have an environment where people want to develop, where they want to learn more, and we want to support them in that ambition.
Yeah, I guess especially in this particular industry of marketing, self-development is key. And there is a co-payment. You're not paying full amount. That's a reason for what is the reason for that? Because there's a specific reason for that.
There's two reasons. One is I can't afford to pay everything, or we can. The second one is we want you to have skin in the game. We want you to feel it's we do it together, shoulder by shoulder. So also I believe like when you put your own resources into something, you will treat it with a bit more care. So I think it's a win-win in that sense. So that was the reasons, like skin in the game, budgetary restrictions for sure, but also that we feel that we're doing it together. Like you invest in me, I invest in you, and we'll do it together.
That's great. And I guess you're investing quite a lot. It's up to 60% plus 2 hours working time. So we're effectively paying people to study.
But I think it will pay off. I think we will, but hopefully we will be able to look back and audit or do some kind of evaluation of these benefits. And I believe that this is one of these benefits that we will be able to look back and see, wow, why didn't we do this earlier? Because the ROI will be tremendous. Because maybe the course you are taking that we are co-paying will enable you to serve our client better, so they will stay longer and maybe buy a new service from us. So I think it's one of these things that pays off pretty quickly. And I mean, that's why you see a lot of companies do it. It's not just we want to treat people good. It's also we want our business to thrive. And if we have more educated people, would that help a business? Of course it would. Yeah, it's common sense.
And it also doesn't mean that it has to be paid courses, right? As long as the course is approved.
It's even better if it's a free course. No, it can be either. So it can be free courses, paid courses. We have a lot of partnerships with HubSpot. They have great courses. SEMrush have great courses. Hootsuite. So we have a large inventory, and we can be much better at being transparent and showing this. So maybe we should start looking at sharing this as we go along, where you can actually participate in these courses. The only thing you need to do is submit the form through HopOS with the material or details about the course. The team lead will then approve it, and then if it's a co-payment scheme, it will be added to your salary as a reimbursement. The only limitations we have is number. I think we have 2 per month, and that's more to manage our kind of cash flow in terms of how much cost we cover at once.
So if it's 2 for the paid courses, but if there's free courses or things like that, we can open that up a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's no real cap. I mean, we can't have everyone in one team taking the same study hours every week, but that's more, I think, logistics and something that the team leads can manage internally in the team.
Okay, great. So let's move on to something I think that is close to your heart, which is the fitness. And it's quite a unique benefit to Hop that I haven't seen often in any other business, especially here in the region. So what is the reason behind for this? I want you to describe the benefit, your words.
So
behind it.
So the benefit is twofold. It's number one, again, we will co-pay your costs associated with training, whether that's going to the gym, going sailing, going to horse riding or ballet or yoga, whatever you do. But it needs to be associated with movements and being active. So that's one part that we will cover a cost. There's certain thresholds depending on where your employment is, whether it's in Dubai, Sri Lanka, Saudi, or if you're a contract-based worker. The second element is, again, will allow you to do this during working hours. I think it's 2 hours every week. Put it on your calendar, talk to your team leads to make sure it's transparent and everyone knows where you are. But not only I want to cover part of this investment, I want you to do it, you're fine to do it during working hours, because I think that might be the nudge. This thing that might move the needle and get people out the door the first time. I mean, people that are very active, this benefit, I believe, does have a very low impact, because they will use it. I mean, they will do these things anyways. They will save some money, but like it's not that big impact. Where it has a big impact is for people that is not moving at all. If you just start getting out, doing that, taking those first steps. And if we can help with that, that's again a great investment. Like number one, people will feel better, they will produce better, they will sleep better, they will be happier. And all of these things which might seem as investments in yourself, it's actually investments in the business as well, right? Because happy employees, fit employees definitely will produce better than someone that is not feeling as strong.
Yeah, and this comes from some personal experience from
Yeah. I mean, I was very not active. I was having a lot of health issues when I was younger. Like I'm 37 now, and I probably feel better than I did when I was 20. And it shows the impact of movement and let's say a healthy life to your well-being. But when I started being active, it had a huge impact on my life and on my business life. So definitely, it's based on own experience. I think it's the one benefit, not the benefit. It's the one action anyone can take that will have the biggest impact on their life. Start to move. Like every day, make sure you move. I usually say there's no rest days. And people say, what do you mean? You need rest days. And I'll say, God gives you rest days when you're like sick or traveling. So you don't need rest days. Just move.
And I can attest that I submitted my my ticket for fitness, and I got it on my salary this month. So the money definitely does come onto your salary. I hope more people are taking advantage of it already. If not, please do. It's a great way to start a new sport.
How do you do it?
How I did it was I took my invoice and put it onto HOPCAST, filled in the form, and then it was that easy. And then got it on the end of my salary.
So you see,
perfect.
We're very efficient here at Home Performance, much faster than the tax authorities. We pay it out directly, no questions asked. And I think this is one of the benefits where we will definitely be most lenient, and there will be very fast, easy approvals, if any approval process. So let's start using it. Let's get healthier and fitter together.
And that'll be a good one to just start something new, as say dancing, horse riding. Yeah, pick up a sport. It doesn't even have to be the same thing. Just get moving. I think it's a great benefit. Usually you equate to working 8 hours to like an athlete, right? You need to train, you need to put the effort in to make sure you perform at your best. So those are the main like employee benefits. There's some other ones we've rolled out. One was work from home that we didn't chat about previously. What is the thought behind of why are we doing work from home on a Wednesday?
Yeah, so we did have work from home on Fridays. Mm-hmm. We did have actually Wednesday, Friday before, and then we changed it to only Friday, and now we changed back. The thought pattern is very simple. People asked for it, and for me, it doesn't make a difference. So it's not really a benefit. It's more like if people are requesting it, there's no cost for the business. I feel we didn't have the systems in place before to manage work as efficiently. But now with Asana, with Slack, with the systems and processes we have in place, it feels good. And I think that the important thing is why I want to keep it on the same days is because when we're in office, it should be people in an office. Otherwise, what's the point, right? Yeah. And I want this collaboration. I want people to talk to each other and have lunch together and get this kind of bond and transfer of knowledge that you don't get when you sit remotely.
I guess the other benefits of work from home, if you got that, if you need to focus on certain tasks, you've got the space when you have to do your client recording videos and there's noise around you. Yes, you've got the time, and then you can also manage your fitness or go do your study, take it on a work from home day, which makes it easier close to home or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The other benefits was more around doing the right thing, which is for support for families around paternity and maternity.
Yeah.
What is your experience with that? Because I don't have any.
Yeah. Yeah. So, both of my kids are born here in UAE. My first kid, I was employed. I had 2 days paternity leave, something like that. And I didn't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with it. But I started realizing what would the difference have been if I would have stayed home more in the beginning. And I don't know, but I think it would have a big impact. And if you have the option of staying home, no questions asked, full salary, you will take it, right? And I think that can have positive impact on your relationships with your kids later down the line. And the cost for us is very small. So that's one on the paternity leave. So we're extending it to 2 weeks here in UAE, which is still nothing. But it's a start. I think that's something I want to keep building on. And for the maternity leave, we went from 45 days, which I think is what you have here in UAE. We added 15 days extra full paid covered by us, and 60 days. Still, is it enough? I don't know, but it's a start. So I think like that's how I want to see all of our benefits. Like when we looked at the things we want to do, let's not just start. Let's start with all the things we feel are vital and do as much as we can, and then we can build on that. Meaning that the maternity, paternity days, we can extend them later when we have the opportunity to do that. The development benefit, maybe we can cover even more, maybe 100% in the future, 80% or 70%, up to a higher amount. For our fitness or training benefit, maybe we can cover a higher amount. Maybe we can allocate more hours. Maybe we can do more things together as a team. But we wanted to start, so we put it at a level where we felt comfortable. We can give it to everyone. We don't need to feel, we want to feel happy when people use it. We shouldn't feel like, oh, it's money, it's investments. Investments it is, it's not cost. Like, we want people to use it. Yeah. So I think that's a red thread with everything we do now. Like, we do the maximum we can, that we can keep doing happily with smiles on our faces, basically. But it's a start. It's not the end. It's a journey that we just started.
That's great. So as John says, it's a journey. So please, people, take the first step. Submit your claims, and we will definitely get them approved to, one, self-develop, learn what you want to learn to help the business in your day-to-day job, get fitter, get healthier, get happier. And yeah, thank you, John. Any other last word?
Yes. If you feel that you don't know what to do with this, like where should I start, please ask your team lead, or ask our HR, or ask me. Like, I'm happy to give suggestions on both self-development, courses, programs. Happy to do it, because if it's completely new, I understand it might be difficult to know where to start. Also, we're not trying to push anyone. Like, if you don't want to use it, don't use it. That's fine. It's up to you. And yeah, one more thing. So we part of the things is we're going to start doing these monthly wellness sessions, and I think we're starting that next week. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great start of our new journey to be, I guess, more mentally aware of everything. I don't know. That's it.
That's good. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Thank you, everyone, and have a good break. You'll only read this after Eid, but hope everyone had a great Eid, and submit your claims.